themselves.
You know, this is the thing. He without sin cast the first stone. You know, the Ten Commandments teach us a lot about ourselves. It's not, everyone likes to apply every rule to other people without first applying it to themselves. If you don't first apply it to yourself, you've got no right to say anything to anybody. Total hypocrisy. Total hypocrisy. And you said before, if you broke something, you would not like to be a hypocrite to your own morals and ethics. You know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah.
True? Yeah.
Whether someone tells me otherwise or not.
Well, someone has told you. Parents, good friends, good community.
You also learn it.
Good schools.
You told it and you take that on board, but you never truly take that in until
you decide. You choose for yourself.
Try it out and you go, it works, and you stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you do learn it. You can't just be told something and it just goes straight in your brain. You have to experience it for it to really be in there.
That's why if people really knew the power of the myths, like Spider-Man as a teenager getting powers, when someone said, that's never been done and it'll never work. Well, look, it worked. So it proved you wrong, didn't it, Mr. Editor who knew everything? Same like them, Mr. Elite who thinks they know everything. Right? And there's nothing wrong with being wrong.
No.
That makes you grow up. Admitting you was wrong and changing your behaviour. I've gone to them with lots of different things because the opportunities they've given me to teach them about something, and they're so resistant. It's terrible. I'm thinking these schools aren't teaching people to be adults; they're teaching them to just be big children. Don't be responsible ever for anything that's going on in your life, and just take everything for granted. But when you sit down properly, because in the beginning they're very resistant, because I have to explain myself. And say, listen, because I'm not scared of them. I'm not doing anything wrong. But I know you are stuck right now because you're following this procedure and you're going to try and go down this road. First of all, the whole procedure you're dealing with is flawed. So we can't even, why are you asking me to answer something? That's not even applicable to anything. That's flawed. You don't pay for something that doesn't exist. Vaccine damage payment. It exists. So therefore vaccine damage exists. So what doctor's telling you, right, about the risks? Because that's someone who's responsible, isn't it? He's trained medically and he should be telling you, well, if you take this vaccine, it could help. But also, it could damage you. Oh no. Because what would you do given that choice? Would you have it or not?
Well,
if you knew it could help you, then again, it might damage you.
How big the risk is on
Well, I never heard them say anything negative. They'll never say it could damage you. They are reluctant. To make that admission. Even when you're there in the face and just saying, oh, look, it's here. Here's the website. Oh, gotta go now. Bye-bye. Wow. You're sick. You're unteachable. This is why dementia sets in. Because people haven't, they stop using their brain. Yeah, it's like a curse from God. That's what I see, right? They're being cursed because, right, they had a busy, occupied life, and while they were doing work, they was able to seem like they functioned. But as soon as they stopped doing work, they haven't really ever learned how to be a responsible human being, ever. And so, there's so many distractions and there's so many reasons not to really think. It's like a muscle. It starts to waste away.
Well, you're rewarded for it. You're rewarded for not thinking.
Mm-hmm. And all of society in the Western society is to drink, consume, that they live. Drink, consume, marry, reproduce, don't think, sleep. Yeah, work. Oh, no. We're like those X-Men. That's what I'm saying. We're on the next level. The evolving of ideas, right? Removing of these bigotries of class. Yeah, they try and classify by stereotyping, by different jobs, by everything is just a stereotype. Everything is just a separation, a tribalism.
Because they're dealing with so many people, they can't look at everyone's individual case because they took on too much power.
Lego movie, that's what it is. It's Lego bloody movie. You got this guy with a big bloody hat thinking he can't understand all this diversity. People who like to do it differently and do it their own way. So he's going to impose his way on everybody else, and then there's order. That's the way he sees order. and it's stifling. It kills everything off. You know, corporations have to admit they're responsible for killing everything off. They should stop doing what they're doing, right? Back away from this, yeah? They've held the reins for far too long. They've been given all these opportunities, right? And they're so greedy and lustful. I'm like, well, the father becomes a billionaire and then he doesn't hand it to another family, he hands it to his son. So, but you're the father and you give your son out your billions. And basically that family's sorted. So let someone else in there. Like, only we could sit at the top and take money. What does the CEO really do? What does he do?
He doesn't do anything. He just represents it.
You know, he creams. He sits there and tells everybody else, do this job. And you know why he's able to do that? Because he, in the beginning, set something up. And then people started giving him their energy. And soon, he felt all powerful. You know? Because people have given him that power. We're in a dilemma, but it's not an impossible dilemma. You know, it's one that's just going to take time. But I have seen the changes, and when you see things change, that's hope, isn't it? There's hope that we can sort all of this out. The Revelation, the Bible, is written the way it's written. Okay, what so that we're just going to, you know, it's going to be doom and gloom. We're going to go through the apocalypse. The doomsayers, the pessimistic people. I'm optimistic, me. The reason I say it like this is because I'm passionate. I think everybody can really do something wonderful, including them. And they've got a choice as well. They can change. Remember the end of the Matrix? Yeah? Because it's all like some big game. We was playing Monopoly. Just change the game. Now we're going to, you know, do it differently now. We're going to expand the rules and make it a bit more humane. Put some love in there. Some people love it in the Matrix. Stay there then. Some people, they want to find them entirely, you know, their destiny wherever. Good.
In the real fucking world. Whether it's shit or not.
Exactly. I love the real world, me. You know, I think we've got I mean, I love what technology is doing, but it's hard, isn't it?
It's not even really technology. It's not really a choice. Like, I can't not live in the real world. I have an aversion to not living in the real world.
Yeah.
It's like there's something that just says this is just wrong. This is just not right. It's not real.
The artificial versus
churns.
the real.
It just churns.
Simulation versus simulacra.
It gets to a point you can't ignore that. Because then you can't even enjoy being in this fake world that's better that you've invented. You just sit and mong out. You can't even enjoy that because you got this.
Don't you think there's some brain damage? Brain
fucked up.
Do you think all these chemical foods mixed with the chemical TV, mixed with the chemical light, mixed with the chemical corrosive, I mean, it's all corrosive and it eats at the soul, it eats at you physically, it eats at your DNA, it eats at your generations, until man is just a dweeby little man. When you consider Adam who was made perfect, yeah, and then you consider us, because like we're like a photocopy of the original. That's what's happened over time, right? Because that's one of the laws of the universe, isn't it? Thermodynamics. Things don't get better, do they? With age, they break down. That's one of the things we discovered. But all right, the myth goes, Adam was made perfect, and he was originally made not to die. But when he did something, it made it that he was gonna now die. But you know, his life was about 1,000 years. And then after that, we're told, so that you can add up the generations from up to Noah and know how much time has passed. Yeah. If you're a smart person, you'll take the time to work that out from the Bible. If you're a lazy person and not doing your due diligence, you won't find out any information from the Bible. And therefore it's a great mystery to you. Yeah. I've studied my Bible in depth. And I've studied other things in depth. Yeah. I studied maths in depth. And I've studied music in depth and studio engineering in depth. You know? And sometimes I think, is it I don't want to know anymore now. But along comes, something else. Curiosity. Imagine where we truly start being like, Jean-Luc Picard. Going out there and exploring. One of the things I like about Patrick Stewart's take on Jean-Luc Picard is his sense of hope. His sense of I'm responsible. He's not crazy, man.
I don't know really where I stand on the idea of hope. I mean, you could just sit there and just hope that the problem goes away, couldn't you?
Faith and hope.
Like, there should be a word that means essentially hope, but adds the action in.
Well. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, that cannot be seen, yet can be achieved. So it's possible. And therefore, when it's within the realm of possibility, a set of actions can take place to make it manifest. Thank God, everything that we know to be possible is possible. So we're never without hope. It's about optimism versus pessimism, and that is a form of, have you been brainwashed sufficiently to be living in fear or to be living in love? Because actually the opposite of love is fear, not hate. Hate is a manifestation born out of fear. So all these people that want to live the way they're living, I know they're living in fear. That's why they surround themselves with barbed wire fences and cameras and all of that, and have to live that way, and then try to impose it on everybody else. And therefore it's a type of teaching they've gone through. They're scared everybody wants their stuff, but there's too much stuff to go around. And I'm like, why do you want so much stuff? And do you want to be lonely walking around your big owl house, or creepy like? It must be like some haunted house. Could you imagine having a house so big that the bedrooms are so far apart, you don't hear nobody? I mean, talk about flipping no life. There comes a point when it's gorish to have that amount.
Also, like, where you draw the line, like what is living and what isn't.
I mean, I'd like a big house.
I don't think that you have to be dead to not be living.
I don't mind rolling my sleeves up and doing hard work, because if it was just me, I'm the Adam, first man on the earth. If I wanted a shelter, I'd have to build it. And nobody would be there to tell me how big or small I can build it.
Living is about experience, isn't it? You have to experience things to be alive, don't you?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're brain dead, like in a coma or something, you're not really living, are you? You're not living a life. You're not dead, you're alive, but you're not living a life. And if you're just monging out and not thinking ever, and you just go to your job, when you get home, you just stick the TV on,
then you're in a coma.
You're not living a life.
Such is the parable of the Walking Dead. And I've seen, I love the great thinkers out there, because they're always watching for things, and they're kind of like me. You just spot things, like in Batman of the Future. There's this, and the frame is literally for a point of a second where he's got a chemistry test. Batman, the kid, yeah, and on the screen it says, why was the Magna Carta written, and who is it for? Why is it so important? It's like, to draw that scene would have taken a lot longer, and they could have put anything on that screen. Subliminally, you're getting that, but you would have to freeze frame it and read it to really have time to think about it. Listen, there's people out there, they get it, yeah, and it's almost like there's a set of spiritual beings that are above us trying to teach us the right way. Do you know what I mean? But they can't force you to live that way. I don't know if you got that from The Matrix itself, watching, all three of them and seeing how, the thing evolved.
Well, it's hard to track where you learn something from, but I think it's just in you.
Well,
it's just in
No, I think it starts
like
your foundation. If your foundation is weak, anything you're building after that is going to be weak.